While mastering the technical skills of software testing is important, planning your career and developing professional skills are equally important for long term success. Take it from somebody who's been in the field for 20 years. Okay, so I have a master's in computer engineering and I chose testing as my career, not out of choice, but I just ended up in software testing. I worked for major companies in Silicon Valley because I had a master's and my title was a software engineer. And we worked alongside the developers, and there was no distinction in title and other things. I was working with routers, switches, and networking, mostly network side of things. And I really enjoyed it because it had both a technical side as well as hardware. There was programming involved too because I was automating scripts. So it was a great combination of a lot of things and it was very challenging. But as time grew, I switched jobs and I moved from one company to another company and I switched the domains. I went from healthcare to networking. Then I went to streaming and video, and then I went to a company that did virtualization, and many more companies like that. And then I also did federal projects as well. My background is pretty diverse, but I was more interested in the technical side of things. So I didn't go into management, but I held my roles as a lead and architect. I'm an automation architect and a test architect. I chose to be on the technical side. I wanted to still be in the software testing field because I was able to code and create my scripts and still enjoyed coding mainly in Python while I worked with many other scripting languages, but I love working in Python. I was enjoying what I was doing, but at the same time, definitely there was a regret that I had, a slight regret that I had I chosen a different path, would I have been in a different position? I just went with the flow and I didn't have a great career plan in the initial times. If you want to be in software testing, by all means, be in software testing because I still love doing what I do. Because I enjoyed being a software tester because it allowed me, it gave me a breadth of knowledge, essentially. Like I said, I worked in so many industries and I worked with so many tools and programming languages. Had I been a developer, I wouldn't have had so much exposure. But I don't know, I would have planned my career even better if I had a mentor or if I had somebody who could help me guide through the process, and I would have taken more risks. Don't be afraid to upskill yourself and go for it, because if you don't do it, there'll be other people who will do it. And don't underestimate your skills, don't underestimate your value, because you might find other people who have less skills than you advancing in career before you, and at that time you shouldn't regret it. If that was your choice, that's totally okay, and it's totally okay if you don't want to advance in your career. And please, by all means, life is more than just career. Okay, truly believe that. And settling for a lower pay to have that balance, if that's what you want, then software testing is perfect. And that's one of the reasons why I stuck to software testing. And I chose the path to become a test architect and automation architect. Because somehow the life of a developer didn't really suit me, and I didn't resonate with that side of things. Even though I love coding and I'm really hands-on and I love programming, but at the same time, I couldn't see myself living a life of a developer. Okay, so that was just my personal choice. There's nothing wrong with it. If you love becoming a developer, by all means you should, because I know so many people who switched from testing field into development and they chose testing as a stepping stone to become a developer. And that's totally okay if that's what you want. But I had a different plan for my life and my career. Or rather, I didn't have a major plan, but I knew what I didn't want. Okay, so at least have a plan. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever the decision you make an informed decision.